Good morning. I'm Angelo Castro III.
I'm Angela and we are the Castros.
Welcome to another episode of Brunch. It's a, tama ba ako? Wednesday, hump day.
Na,
Hump day. Middle day of the week.
Maulan na Wednesday.
Dito is medyo okay pa naman.
Umalis tayo sa atin umuulan eh.
Apparently, magdamag daw umulan in some parts of the metro.
Yes.
And by the way, we're joined by, of course, Second Mile because it's a Wednesday. Ito ang yummy cream puff natin.
Ang ating staple.
Our staple, but very yummy. And of course, Second Mile Coffee. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And
bango?
Salamat sa viewers na na-distract ako sa viewers natin. And we're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch. Kicking off our list is an odd online trend. Fans of the late Rico Yan called for respect as visiting his tomb became viral on social media. Online users share their photos and videos of them visiting the late matinee idol's resting place at the Manila Memorial Park in Parañaque. The reason behind the trend remains unknown. Rico's fans reminded the visitors to behave properly and refrain from using the actor's name for clout. His family has yet to react about the trend. Rico died on March 29, 2002 at the age of 27 due to acute hemorrhagic pancreatitis resulting in cardiac arrest.
Another viral story, First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos shares photos with the grandsons of the late Senator Ninoy Aquino and former President Corazon Aquino. In the caption, the First Lady thanked Bimbi and Josh for dropping by her office on Tuesday. Malacanang did not provide further details about the visit. This comes as a surprise, as the Aquinos and Marcoses have been longtime political opponents. Truly, mga odd online trending photos.
Totoo, kasi pinag-uusapan yan ngayon, diba? Dalawa. Unahin mo natin yung kay Rico yan.
Kay Rico, madaming factors contribute to that. I think in new generation, we're introduced to his fame or yung life story niya because several actors or actresses have come out in the open talking about relationships with Rico yan. So people siguro naturally will take a look into it and then they start watching the show. I've received messages na online saying parang ang dating namin parang friends ang dating, parang
nostalgic kasi.
Oy, nasa episode 100 na ako. Bakit ka naging pare? Sabi sa akin ganun. Why all of this? And hindi sila mga batang...
Usong-uso ngayon yung mga talaga, yung looking back.
And hindi sila batang hindi sila batang 90s. These are Gen Z na feeling nilang bago lang ang gimmick or kaluman. And I think it's because Rico died at a young age. Diba?
Saka sikat na sikat siya at that time.
He died at the peak of his career, So a lot of people are interested and of course, yung gimmick has been trending also on social platforms, YouTube and Facebook. Ang daming memes na nagalabasan. Left and right, nakikita ko na yung mga 90s pictures ko. Black and white, sepia.
Naglalabasan din. Pero yun nga, syempre, yung pamilya naman ni Rico yan, ay hindi naman din nagsasalita regarding this. Pero ang sinasabi ng mga fans, tulad nga dun sa balita din, kung gagamitin nyo lang sa clout to,
wag, don't.
Diba? Let him rest in peace.
Meron nga disturbing messages.
And then there are I think there are other avenues that you can do to support the actor. Like, manood ng mga pelikula niya dati.
Or pray for him.
Pray for him. Pero yung ang dami kasi ngayon talaga, promise, nakita ko yung mga yan,
yung
mga videos na yan, pupunta pa dun sa kanyang libingan.
Ito nga, may disturbing message nga ako na-receive. I think it was the other day. Nagsimula siya na kailan daw magkakaroon ng reunion ang TV show namin na gimmick.
Before,
sabi ko, I don't know po kasi hindi man napag-uusapan, sabi ko. Sana po magka-reunion kayo sa tumpo ni Rico yan. Sabi ko, hindi po. Hayaan nyo na mamahinga ang tao. He's already quiet. Let's move on over to another interesting
picture din na kumalat naman
which
yesterday.
Which is hindi ko ma-decipher what this means. But you have Bimbi and Josh visiting the First Lady.
Tapos pinost pa ni First Lady yung picture niya sa social media with these two boys.
She's wearing yellow.
She's wearing yellow. Pero alam mo, this is not the first time that I've seen First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos wearing yellow.
Sabagay naman
kasi I've seen her sa SONA. Last year naka-yellow siya na terno, yung Filipiniana outfit. Tapos, I remember when she and the PBBM went to the States, to US, to meet with Kamala Harris, she was also wearing yellow.
No, but ang point dito is kasi, alam mo naman, in order to visit the first family, may mga protocols in place yan. So that means this was a pre-scheduled visit, meaning alam ni First Lady na darating sila. And of course, Bimbi and Josh belong to the Aquino family, which is associated with the color yellow.
Oo.
So nagkataon
Nagiging
lang,
political.
I don't know kung nagkataon, but if she wore yellow that same day, kung ano yung messaging dyan, baka coincidence lang. But, anak ni Chris Aquino and the First Lady wearing yellow will always be significant.
Si First Lady lang wearing yellow.
Oh nga, that's what I said.
Pero ibig kong sabihin, tinatanong nila, bakit? Ang pinaka-question niya, bakit siya nandun? Bakit sila nandun?
Yan,
bakit sila bumisita? A lot of people are saying, sige, alam natin si First Lady ay pinsan ni Senator
Marojas, who is a stalwart of the Liberal Party.
Sabi niya, but don't forget about the Cacho-Coangco ties, no? So apparently, itong ang tawag dito, yung sister ni First Lady, yung sister ng mommy ni First Lady, ay asawa or kasal doon sa brother ng kapatid ni President Cory Aquino.
I was lost sa sinabi mo. Nawala na. Baka at the end of the day...
Si First Lady, Lisa
Diba na,
Marcos,
explain
meron
kasi,
siyang nanay, di ba? Yung nanay niya, yung kapatid nun, ay kasal sa kapatid ni President Cory Aquino. So that's why there's a tie.
I don't need
merong
to
ties.
nahilo.
Merong relationship.
Yeah, we have plenty ties to plenty people. It's not even minsan yung pinsan mo or kapatid mo, hindi mo nakikita on a regular
I'm just saying lang yun yung
I know.
maaring connection nila.
No, pero there should be, people are asking, despite of the connection which is malayo, bakit ka nga dumalaw at nagpa-picture at nakita, ano ba ang meron? So, syempre, you can't blame people for wondering. Di ba, let them play with their own fantasies.
Feeling ko yung mga younger generation, sa kanila, parang, ewan ko, hindi ko alam, hindi ko masabi, I cannot speak for them. Pero yun yung sinasabi nila na connection.
Well, at the end of the day, they're visiting the First Lady, so why not?
Oo.
Diba?
Sige na, mag-move on na tayo dyan sa mga pictures na yan. Alright. Rowing now to the 9th spot is Joanny Delgaco. Right. Our Olympian rower extends her training to Luxembourg to further strengthen her skills weeks before the Olympics. From Metz, France, Denise Tan with a report.
Two weeks prior to the Olympic Games, Joanny Delgaco extends her preparations all the way from Metz, France to Schwebsange, Luxembourg.
The idea was encouraged by a member of the Regatta Messine who believes it will be a good opportunity for Joanny.
It's very interesting for high-level competition, but not to do always the same thing. For her, just to prepare the race in 2 and 3 weeks, and I hope she will win.
With a record amount of 38 participating boats this year, the 7th edition of the Weight Roos Head of River will give Joanny a chance to take on other rowers from Belgium, Luxembourg, France, and Germany.
As you have some, current, the river is not very quiet. There is still current and sometimes wind, so it can be quite, demanding. We are very happy, so I hope that she enjoyed. Yeah, we will follow her on television, so we will be supported.
Joanny Delgaco was named as the fastest female rower in the 5,000 meters handicap race.
Magandang experience yung nakuha niya rito dahil yung iba-ibang boat category yung nakalaban niya. Pati yung mind niya nare-refresh din kasi hindi lang puro siya iisa na nag-training summit. So ngayon, part ng kanyang training na nakasalamuhan niya iba-ibang teams.
Joanny herself recognizes how this event would help her in her preparations.
Isa rin to sa makakatulong sa upcoming na game ko sa Olympics kasi sa ngayon pa lang para sa akin maramdaman ko yung bigat ng training kasi sa actual competition parang mas madali na gawin doon. dagdag experience din to para sa akin kasi first time ko rin to mag-race na basic rowing na 5 kilometers. So yung race ko talaga is 2,000 talaga. Para sa akin, makakadagdag siya ng endurance.
Aside from getting more experience and strengthening her endurance, Joanny also gained the support of her fellow rowers in Europe.
First female rower. Okay, c'est la première des Philippines.
From Metz, France, Denise Tam.
Tulad ng sinasabi ko sa iyo kahapon, pag naririnig ko talaga yung music na yan kinikilabutan ako at saka na-excite ako. Tsaka ito pa si Joanny Delgaco ay first female rower ng Pilipinas na ipadadala
Sa Olympics.
Sa Olympics. So,
Correct.
Nakaka-proud. So good luck sa iyo, Joanny, and the rest of our delegates dyan sa nalalaban sa Paris Olympics.
Right, let's go on to our next. Appearing next in our countdown is about 4 in 10 Filipino adults expect the quality of life to improve in the next 12 months. According to the recent SWS survey, 44% of the respondents believe their quality of life would improve. Another 44% see no change. 7% think it would worsen, while the remaining 6% did not respond. Data shows that net personal optimism has slightly decreased from the last survey in December. The latest survey was conducted from March 21 to 25.
Lagi naman mataas ang optimism ng
Di ba ang Pinoy?
ng mga Pilipino di ba nga
Delubyo,
kahit bagyo.
init, lamig.
Pero there are certain people na rin are saying na kailangan talaga kapag kunyari, pagka may mga bagyo, may mga kasalanan, isang tabi muna natin yung mga
Kasalanan?
emosyon may mga kasalanan. Kunyari, may mga bagyo, tapos may mga fault yung local government, etc. Dahil sa hindi magandang pagpapalakad, etc. Or whatsoever, ay wag daw i-glorify yung pagiging resilient ng mga Pilipino.
Okay, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with
Kailangan accountability pa rin.
No, accountability are those who are in power or who have a certain amount.
Yun naman, hindi
Pero
naman sa lahat.
the people itself, we could say that we are resilient.
Oo. Tsaka positive talaga yung outlook natin kahit 'di ba makikita mo sa mga palabas ngayon, sa mga documentaries at you will see na kahit naghihirap yung mga tao, masaya pa rin sila na
there's
there's
nothing wrong.
Something to be thankful for.
I mean, 'di ba, nadilubyo ka na nga, nahihirapan ka na nga sa buhay, hindi ka pa resilient. 'Di ba? There's nothing wrong with the general population or the people itself. The Filipino as a culture on being resilient, and that's what we're known for around the world. 'Di ba? We are a resilient species. Oo.
Sabi nila dun sa sinabi mo, 44% ng Pinoy ina-expect nila magiging okay yung buhay nila or mag-i-improve in the future or in the coming days. Tingnan natin.
That's where greatness begins.
No.
Always be positive.
Totoo yan. But ito pa dahil positive nga pinag-uusapan natin, isa pang positive news dahil tunay nga namang nakapagpapalaya ang singing. Sa Manila City Jail kasi dinadaan ng mga bilanggo sa sining ang kanilang talento at nararamdaman.
Yan ay sa tulong ng isang grupo na nagbibigay ng libreng art training at therapy para sa mga nakakakulong. Para bigyan ng mukha ang Balita Mobile Journal, Kayla Makantan.
Ang sining malaya at mapagpalaya. Kaya naman kahit ang mga kapatid nating nakapiit, kayang-kaya na lumikha ng pambihirang obra. Taong 2022, sumugal ang grupong Laya Digital Curators sa misyon na malinang at matulungan ng mga inmates sa loob ng Manila City Jail sa pamamagitan ng art. Ang handog nila, programa na hindi lang minsan mapapakinabangan ng mga preso, kundi panghabang buhay, sa loob man o labas ng bilangguan. Bukod sa training sa pagguhit at pagpinta, isang art therapy rin ang inihahanda para sa kanila. Isang beses sa isang linggo, nag-uusap-usap sila sa loob ng isang bilog para makapagbahagi at makilala ang isa't isa.
You have to build the trust of the PDLs kasi if they don't trust you, they wouldn't be able to kind of share.
Bago ang art training, binibigyan ng pagkakataon ng mga PDLs na humiga at makinig sa mga musika na curated mismo ng grupo sa tulong na rin ng kanilang mga kaibigan sa larangan ng musika. Sa ganitong paraan, lumalalim raw ang kanilang pag-iisip at lumalawak ang kanilang pagkamalikhain. Malaking tulong ito dahil nasa masikip at pamilyar na lugar lang sila araw-araw. Paraan din ito ng grupo para maparamdam sa mga preso na may pag-asa at buhay kahit sa loob ng piitan.
Is really about freedom, right? We'd like to instill that to any marginalized person, particularly to our PDLs, na freedom is a state of mind. So pag umupo, humiga at pagpinta, makakamit mo na yung iyong kalayaan.
Kaya naman umaasa si Rosa at ang Laya na dumami pa ang mga piitan na kanilang maseserbisyuhan. Minsan, mahirap sabihin sa salita ang nararamdaman, lalo pa kung ikaw ay nasa sitwasyong limitado lang ang iyong paraan. Kaya malaking bagay ang sining para sa ilang kapatid natin sa kulungan. Mobile Journal, Kayla Makantan, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
Coming up, more documents pointing to the Pogo Big Boss in Pampanga have been recovered by authorities.
Authorities are still looking for the missing Filipino fisherman whose boat was hit by a Chinese vessel.
We are just getting started, mga kapatid. More of our top 10 news when Brunch returns. Keep it here on One News. Good morning! Happy Wednesday pa din. You are still watching Brunch here on One News.
Hello sa Second Mile Coffee
Of course.
family namin. Thank you for these goodies.
Napakabango.
And of
Kain
course,
na
mamaya kain tayo. Pero ito ano muna natin to mga viewers natin. Si Rick Swan, good morning sa iyo. Jaime Barceliano, good umaga, sabi ni Jaime. And Jerome Holo, watching daw on TikTok Live. Ba? And some Pokemon Go, good morning Ma'am Angel and Sir Angelo. Good morning sa inyong lahat at sa lahat ng loyal viewers natin sa Brunch.
Oo, batiin ko lang din itong nasa YouTube natin si Anig Villa, tsaka si Gary Ko, si Alex Fuentes, tsaka si Mark Santiago. Yan yung mga laging nanonood dito sa YouTube. And of course, batiin ko na rin to, yung classmate ko nung high school, si Isobel Caballes is watching right now. Hi! And of course, si nabati mo na to, no? Si Jamie Barcelano.
Yes, nandito. Jaime.
Si Cancho, Tito Naldi, and of course si
Hener, Vladimir.
Yeah, dami nating mga usual suspects for today. At syempre, nag-aabang sila kung ano yung magiging number 1 natin.
Ay, let's see.
But for the meantime, ano ba yung ating susunod na topic for today? Ranking 7th in our countdown is another fireworks explosion in Zamboanga City. 27 individuals were injured after the disposal of firecrackers went wrong on July 8. Now, based on the initial investigation, the firecrackers prematurely exploded at the disposal site in Zone 2, Barangay Kabatangan. 8 civilians and 19 uniformed personnel were rushed to the hospital to receive proper treatment. The confiscated fireworks were the remaining ones in the pyrotechnic warehouse explosion on June 29 that resulted in the death of 5 people.
Okay, let's move on to the next. Excuse me, nasamid ako Sorry. Heating up at the 6th spot, COMELEC Chairman George Garcia denies allegations that he owns multiple foreign bank accounts. Garcia says he can admit under oath that he doesn't have even a single foreign account. He adds that he has received information about a demolition job against the pole body for the past 2 weeks. This came after Representative Rodante Marcoleta claimed that a COMELEC official owns 49 offshore accounts. He also alleged that $1 billion worth of funds were transferred from South Korean-based banks to these accounts.
Okay, so we're trying to
But,
get in
I
touch
think
with
si
the
Congress-
people involved here in this issue.
I think si Congressman Marcoleta hasn't directly named pa naman
Oo,
kung
wala
sino.
pa, oo.
Oo, pero I think si Chairman George kasi has said that he received previous information against
a week before
against the
this.
poll value. I
Oo.
wonder why naisip ni Chairman George na siyang pinapatamaan. Oo. But it's nice to see, to get both sides sana.
Para mas
to
maliwanagan
talk about the
tayo
issue
kung
na
saan
matter.
nanggagaling yung sinasabi nito ni Congressman Marcoleta.
Yes, oo.
At sinabi naman, nakita ko din sa ibang mga reports, sinabi ni COMELEC Chairman George Garcia na he is actually willing to waive
Oo.
yung bank secrecy, di ba? Yung para mapakita sa
Para
mga
ma-check
tao
yung accounts niya.
yung accounts niya at wala daw siyang foreign
Wala siyang offshore accounts. Oo.
account. So we'll see about that kasi medyo mabigat itong accusation na ito na pinupukol nga sa Congress.
Yes, and si
we have yet to see or talagang malaman kung sino ba yung sinasabi ni Congressman Marcoleta na COMELEC official.
And Congressman Marcoleta was the one who previously also, I think, complained about Miro Systems winning the bid.
Yes,
Oo.
So for context lang, kasi before, di ba nagkaroon ng yung parang lone bidder lang itong Miro Systems
Yes.
because dinisqualify ng COMELEC ang Smartmatic dahil dun sa
Which was eventually cleared.
Oo,
They were
dahil dun sa
eventually
kanilang
cleared.
issue with the former COMELEC chairman, di ba?
Andy Bautista.
Andy Bautista. So ngayon, pero apparently, recently, di ba, few months ago, yung Supreme Court ang nagdesisyon na sinabi na mali yung ginawa ng COMELEC na disqualified. Pero hindi na nila inanalify yung naging desisyon ng COMELEC with regard nga dito sa Miro system.
Because it is not retroactive.
Yes. So saka kasi nga pinaghahandaan na, malapit na, next year na ang midterm elections.
Parang moving forward, sinasabi lang ng korte.
Sa susunod, huwag yun ang gagawin
yan.
Oo, hindi okay yung ginawa. But alright, sige, let's move forward to our next topic for today. Moving over now to our top 5. The government will spend around 20 million pesos for the food of the SONA guests. House Secretary General Reginald Velasco says these include breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. According to Velasco, over 2,000 guests have so far confirmed their attendance for the SONA on July 22. Velasco maintained that the budget allocated for food is just enough.
Hindi po masyadong mahal yung 20 million para lang sa pagkain.
Hindi. Yung security lang natin, ilang daan na yan, di ba? O personnel natin sa Congress, mga 2,000-3,000 na yan. Then yung guests natin, mga 2,000. So, that's just about the right.
It should be enough. It's 20 million.
While we understand na a event of this magnitude would cost a lot, but being that of a supposed third world country, it would be prudent sana na like for example pag nagsusona ang State of the Nation or of the Union address yung sa states, yung mga congressmen and senators are asked to leave their own personal security detail because they will be secured already by yung Congress security, which is sufficient enough naman. So sana we could look at different ways na itigil nyo na yung kanya-kanyang bodyguard nyo within the premises. Meron na kayong Congress security para isa lang ang nagme-maintain ng safety sa loob.
Saka syempre yung mga kababayan natin talagang tumaas yung mga kilay nila. 'Di ba? Na sabi 20 million para papakainin itong mga to na mayayaman na rin naman. Pero we understand nga na it's a big occasion.
Pero kaya naman baba niya. Kasi I remember si the late President Benigno Aquino, si Pinoy, di ba, he tried to simplify yung SONA. So, ano ang ginawa niya? When nawala ako eh.
Ba't ka nawala?
Yeah.
No, kasi yung sinabi niya before, di ba, simplify daw, okay lang kahit hindi na kayo pumunta doon ng naka-Filipiniana. But this time around, I guess, according dun sa mga report pa natin, dito sa gaganapin na pangalawang SONA ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, ay bawal na rin yung mga, anong tawag doon, yung mga fashion na may mga
statement.
Yun, statement fashion.
Political statement.
Political statement fashion. Then, as we can remember, di ba, pag uma-attend, nawala din ako sa iyo eh, yung mga uma-attend like mga Makabayan Block, diba, mga Gabriela.
Congressman Teddy
lagi
Bagila.
silang dumadating doon na may political statement yung kanilang suot na mga barong. So ngayon, ang sinasabi doon, bawal na rin daw yun kasi there's a proper forum for that. Yun ang nga sinasabi nila.
Anyway, we are talking about the COMELEC issue. We have with us Congressman Rodante Marcoleta of the Sagip party list with us.
Yes, Congressman. Good
Hello.
morning.
Hi, Congressman. Good morning.
Good morning. Who is this?
This is Angelo po of Brunch here on One News. Welcome po sa program namin.
Okay.
Ayan.
Hello.
Opo.
And this is Angela po. Go ahead.
Congressman, oo, tanong lang po namin, maisorbo lang namin po kayo dito po sa magiging inyong pahayag dito po sa naging issue nga po na sinasabi ninyo na may offshore account ang isang COMELEC official. Could you give us the details on that?
Well, sinabi ko nga kahapon, there were a total of 49 offshore accounts that are still being verified.
Wala po ka... Go ahead po, sir.
And then I only mentioned 4 accounts because they are very intriguing. Itong 4 na accounts na to are all originating from Korea. Alam naman yung makina na pinrocure ng COMELEC ay galing at Korea. So, nakaka-intriga naman na between ito yung sinabi ko dun sa press con kahapon.
Yes.
Between June 22, 2023 to March 22, 2024 ay nagkaroon ng transaction itong 4 na accounts na ito coming from Korea for a total of 2.1 million or more than 120 million pesos. Ang nakaka-intriga pa doon ay it is indicative na bawat merong gagawin na action COMELEC, parang merong corresponding na dalaw yung deposit. So ito yung pero sabi ko nga wala pa kaming pinangalanan dyan except that we said that there is an official from COMELEC.
That's right. Congressman, wala pa kayong binanggit na name, pero si COMELEC Chairman George Garcia responded and said na siya daw ang tinutukoy. Can you confirm po na yung sinasabi ni Chairman George na siya ang tinutukoy nyo?
Kung siya yung nagsabi na siya yun, ba't kailangan nyo pang itanong sa akin? Siya niya pala yung umamin nun. Di ba? So, ano pinakamagandang gawin?
Ano po?
Anong pinakamagandang gawin? Mukhang sinabi naman niya, nagpapatulong sa CNBI para tingnan natin ito. I think it's incumbent upon him to already sign, for example, some waivers. Sinabi niya yata sa kanyang...
Yes, that's right po. That's right, Congressman. That he's willing to waive daw yung bank secrecy.
O di maganda yun. Tayo naman, gusto lang nating malaman yung katotohanan. Wala kaming inakusahan. Nilabas ko lamang ito sapagkat nakaka-intriga. All for the sake of securing or protecting the sanctity of our elections that will take place next year. Kasi nakakabahala naman ito. Sabi ko nga kahapon, kailangan natin pagtulong-tulungan ito. This is not responsible of one person only.
Yes.
It's not a duty of one person only, but all of us must be responsible enough to look into the bottom of all this.
Right. Pero Congressman, tama po ba siya? Na siya po ba yung pinapakinggan, sinasabihin niya po na COMELEC official na involved sa ganito pong accusation? Para lang po ma-confirm namin po sa inyo.
Basta ako, I maintain na wala kaming pinapangalanan, pero kung sinasabi niyang siya yun, pwede, nasa sa kanya na yun, di ba?
Pero,
di ba?
Yeah, right.
Yan na
Pero,
basta kami, I maintain, wala akong ngayon, kung siya, nagtapat siya, ano ba yung dapat natin pag-usapan doon?
Pero syempre po yung tanong din po ng mga kababayan natin dito, papaano daw po nalaman itong mga umanong suhol po na inyo pong allegedly sinasabi tungkol nga po dito sa isang COMELEC official. What can you say about that to us po?
Ang importante dito, itong mga nilabas na information, kailangan magtulong-tulong ang lahat na tingnan natin kung may katotohanan sa likod ng mga ito. Nakaka-intriga kasi. I mean, hindi naman gawa-gawa lang sa tingin ko sapagkat detalyado na to yung mga account numbers nakalagay.
Yes.
Yung age ng mga deposit, pati amount ng deposit, pati kung sino yung nag-deposit, the originating bank and the recipient bank. Detalyado eh. Ang importante, magkatulong-tulong lahat para ito ay mapatotohanan kung totoo at mapasabalian naman natin kung hindi totoo.
Yes.
Diba? Ganun lang.
Yes, Kong, I'd like to ask, no, may plan po ba kayo na gawin tong probe sa Congress po?
Kung halimbawa, magsisimula yung tao na binabanggit dito at yung nagtatapat, mapasimulan mismo sa pakikipagtulungan niya, di ba mas maganda na muna yung gano'n? Kasi kung halimbawa, medyo nahihirapan at dahil nga sa ito naman ay mga financial information ito at alam naman natin hindi basta-basta naman nauungkat ito kung walang personal na consent in writing na gagawin sa taong involved. Sa ngayon sa batas ng AMLAC, hindi pwedeng labagin ng mga batas. Kaya medyo medyo mahirap naman ng padalos-dalos tayo.
The reason...
Kung halimbawa, total, merong nagtapat, kayo nang nagsasabi, ako wala akong binabanggit, pero merong nagtatapat. Siguro pasimulan natin yung procedure. Ang procedure kasi dyan, somebody should write a written consent na yung pinapayagan niya yung mga tao na tingnan yung transaction sa likod ng mga nababanggit na accounts. Kung halimbawa account. At kung magsisimula sa magbigay ng waiver, okay lang yun, di ba?
Yun naman po yung sinabi niya eh. Oo. Pero dyan po sa...
I must tell you na si Chairman George, kaibigan ko yan. Alam niya rin, ako walang personal sa akin ito. Alam niya yun na kaibigan, matagal ko nang kakilala, matagal ko nang kaibigan si Chairman George.
Ang sinasabi po niya kasi... Oo, ang sinasabi niya... Opo, sinasabi po niya kasi the reason why na nagsalita na rin siya po kaagad without you even naming names ay meron daw pong demolition job against sa COMELEC.
I don't know about that. Ako, I am not the type of person who will demolish anyone. Lalong-lalo na kung itinuturing kong kakilala at kaibigan. Wala akong gano'n na objective. Basta ang sa akin, na informasyon na to, nabagabag ako, at palagay ko maiintindihan ng lahat kung bakit ko ginawa ito sapagkat ang gusto ko naman ay magkaroon tayo ng isang halalan na masasabi nating naprotektahan ang integridad nito, yung credibility nito kahit ano ay hindi mababawasan dapat. Ganun ang ating objective.
Alright, on that note, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. That was Congressman Rodante Marcoleta of Sagip Party List.
Ayun.
Thank you.
So malinaw, from the start daw, ang information niya were simply bank transactions and details and wala naman daw siyang linalabas na name kung sino yon. But if Chairman George has come out and said, ako yon because may info ako na may demolition job a few weeks ago na tanggap niya na that will go against a poll body. So ako yon and he's willing to waive daw yung bank secrecy law.
Para makita yung kanyang mga ano.
Yeah, kay kung Marcoleta naman, kung willing makipag-usap, di maayos na lahat.
Totoo.
Di ba?
Sige, let's continue with our countdown.
Appearing at the fourth spot is suspended Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Go. Well, she is appearing in our countdown and not in the Senate today. Go told Senator Risa Hontiveros that she will skip the Senate hearing on POGOs again due to her physical and mental health. The suspended mayor said her condition got worsened and medical professionals refused to issue a medical certificate in fears of getting humiliated by the public. Senate President Chis Escudero did not accept this excuse. He said that Guo has no choice but to attend the hearing because she was already served with a subpoena.
Kapag ka nag-issue ng subpoena, yan ay under compulsion of law na tinatawag. Ibig sabihin, wala sa kapasahan niya kung siya'y mag-a-attend o hindi. Kung hindi sila dadalo, nasa kamay ni Senator Risa kung siya'y magre-request na mag-issue ng warrant of arrest para sila'y pwersahang padaluhin sa pagdinig ng Senado. At pipirmahan ko ang warrant of arrest na yun.
Nakaka-stress naman talaga kung ikaw man lang yung nandito sa posisyon niya, na mas stress ka din. Pero yun nga, sabi ni Senator Risa Ontiveros, mental health is important but it's also important na malaman natin, di ba?
The truth.
Ang katotohanan and of course yung accountability nga ng issue na ito. But of course, ito, kadugtong pa rin to ng countdown natin itong isa pang story natin sa top 3. Coming in at our top 3, authorities found travel pass and other documents apparently owned by a so-called Pogo Big Boss in Pampanga. Here's the report.
Using a acetylene cutter, authorities opened all 19 vaults found in a villa in Clark, Pampanga. These contain documents and official receipts of Baofu Land Development Incorporated, where suspended Mayor Alice Guo was an incorporator. A travel pass owned by alleged Pogo Big Boss Wang Ziyang was also found. The travel pass was issued during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2021. It was signed by former Bamban Mayor Jose Antonio Feliciano. PAOK says it's possible that the construction of Bamban Pogo Hub started around that time.
I think kailangan imbestigahan bakit nag-issue siya ng travel pass sa mga taong pinaghihinalaan natin na mga nagpapatakbo ng illegal Pogo Hub.
Authorities also found a bank book of Baofu with an initial deposit of 5 million pesos. There were also passports and VIP cards apparently owned by Huang.
Magagamit ito sa ipapile nating money laundering. And hindi lang ginamit yung bangko na yun para sa transaction dito sa atin, but transaction din sa ibang bansa. So malaking bagay itong nakuha natin mga bangko.
In other villas, some stacks of cash, jewelry, plate numbers, and passports were recovered. The Clark Development Corporation says they will be stricter in regulating POGOs.
Sa ngayon, requirement ng CDC na mag-submit ang mga locators, ang mga developers na may-ari ng mga ganitong villas ng listahan ng mga occupants.
According to the CDC, a number of undocumented occupants were rescued from the leisure park last week. They are now under the custody of the Bureau of Immigration.
Naku, ito palang, di ba sinasabi nga nila yung mga bosses nga, na
sa villa
nila, ay apparently, specifically, itong si Huang Ziyang ay fugitive din ito. May wanted din siya sa China.
Yeah.
At sinasabi nga ni Senator Risa Ontiveros, ang Chinese embassy has already expressed their intent to take custody of Huang Ziyang kung sakasakali.
What is curious lang na to note, no? Most of the construction na ginawa, walang permit.
Yes.
Pero meron kang travel pass, which is, they're still looking into saan na ginamit yung travel pass. Pero, ang sinasabi kasi ni Yusek,
baka daw
during the pandemic to, and around the same time na may construction na nangyari. So, they want to take a look. Ito bang travel pass was used to ferret construction materials to and from Bamban to Porac?
During the pandemic?
Titingnan mo yun kasi wala kang permit and yet may pass ka to deliver materials.
Exactly.
That's why we have to confirm all of this. Pero ang dami nang lumalabas na stories about yung former Bamban mayor. And now, the next mayor of Bamban pa is somewhat linked to Pogos also. So bakit mahaba?
Kasama niya sa Baofu Land na
exactly.
supposedly nag-divulge.
So ang haba ng link ng mga Pogos to the Bamban City Municipality. Oo.
Parang movie na napapanood
natin. At ang payo ng lahat daw kay Mayor Alice, stressed ka at may mental problem ka at sumasakit na yung ulo mo at pakiramdam mo. Masasakit po yan pag ikaw ay inaresto ng Senado. So might as well go there on your own free will, tapusin mo once for all, and then go home and deal with it, di ba?
Tapos yung usapin din na itong si Wang Ziyang na nakakapaglabas-masok dito sa Pilipinas ay maaaring tanungin ng Bureau of Immigration regarding this. But you can see naman, you can also assume or check isipin na dahil siguro ang dami din naman yung mga iba't ibang passports.
Ang dami siya ibang passport, Cyprus,
iba-iba
basta yung passport niya sa China is already rescinded. In other words, wala na.
Wala na yun.
But he has, I think, 3 or 4 remaining active passports.
Iba-iba.
And he could be in any of those places daw.
So talagang malalim itong mga nangyayari dito sa Pogo na to at unti-unti talaga na-unfold.
Madaming tentacles. Madaming tentacles.
Mga connections dito sa Pogo na to. But we'll see today ang Senate hearing.
Yes.
Diba? Dito sa investigation tungkol
Alright.
sa Pogo.
Madami pa tayong pag-uusapan pero bakit kaya ang bilis ng arrest warrant dito kay Alice at kay Pastor Apollo nung wala? Anyway, don't go away because we're not done yet.
May dalawa pa.
Para stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Brunch here on One News. Good morning sa lahat ng mga loyal followers natin. Si Ralph Domingo, happy second mile brunch Wednesday daw. And si Mer Abad, hello. Gary Field, hello daw, happy Wednesday. Okay, let's get right to it. Heating up on our second spot, an ICC lawyer says the arrest warrants against those involved in the Duterte drug war will be served within the year. In an interview with Storycon, ICC Assistant to Counsel Attorney Cristina Conti said the serving of the arrest warrant will be confidential. According to Conti, they are still looking for ways on how to serve the warrants. Conti also expressed concerns on the appointment of Police Colonel Lito Patay as the new Davao City Police Chief. According to the lawyer, Patay recorded the highest number of drug killings when he was head of the Batasan Police in Quezon City.
Ako confident ako that it will come within the year. My problem is, or yung pinapasolve sa amin, paano siya masiserve? And the development that Lito Patay, one of the implementors, one of the worst recorded violators during the war on drugs, is now Davao City Police Chief. So that is concerning for us.
I can remember earlier this year, sinasabi din ni Senator Trillanes na by July, just in time for the SONA, magkakaroon na ng mga arrest. Diba? Yun ang
It's already, July 10? It's July 10, diba? So, anytime siguro yan. But within the year daw.
Sabi naman niya within the year.
Within the year.
Na lang natin. But let's continue with our countdown. Our top story for today is the missing Filipino fisherman. Authorities are still looking for him as he went missing after a Chinese commercial vessel hit his boat in the West Philippine Sea. Here's a report.
Senate Majority Leader Francis Tolentino recently shared a report from the Philippine Coast Guard or PCG. Filipino fisherman Jose Mondeniendo went missing after the Chinese commercial vessel named Yangfu rammed against his boat. This happened in the waters of Zambales on July 7, 12:30 in the afternoon. Jose's companion in the boat, identified as Robert Mondeniendo, survived the incident. Authorities are now preparing charges against the responsible vessel.
Kung ano man yung naging kaso nung unang sinampan natin doon sa barko na nakaregister sa Marshall Islands. Natatandaan niyo yun na nag-hearing tayo? Yung minamatay din na mangingisda na binurol sa Subic, na naglamay pa ata ako. Tandaan niyo, nasampahan na yon pero hindi nag-cooperate yung Marshall Islands. Hindi nag-cooperate. So yung ang trumabaho sa atin, DOJ.
The search operation for Jose also continues. Meanwhile, China has accused the Philippines of destroying the coral reefs in the Ayungin Shoal. According to a report from the state media Global Times, Chinese authorities are pinning the blame on BRP Sierra Madre, which serves as a military post in the West Philippine Sea. The Philippine Navy refuted this and blamed China's presence in the West Philippine Sea as the cause behind the destruction of coral reefs.
We have to go back to history and check how they reclaimed their current bases in Mischief Reef, Johnson Reef, and the other reclaimed areas. They destroy the environment. I don't want to dignify their statement. In the first place, history will tell us that they have destroyed the environment in the West Philippine Sea.
The National Security Council shared the same sentiment. They also said they have strong evidence that would support their claims against China.
Now, to tell us more about this, we have AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Padilla on the line.
Good morning, Colonel. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning to all of your viewers.
Yes, Colonel, let's start off. Do we have updates on the missing Filipino fisherman?
As of this time, for coordination with our Northern Luzon Command, the Navy is on standby in this operations as this was spearheaded by the Coast Guard. In these cases, the ones who are nearest in the area are being deployed. The ones with the assets nearest to the area. So in our case, for the Armed Forces of the Philippines, we are on standby as to how we could be of support to this search and rescue operations that are being conducted.
Can we confirm lang po, no, para po sa clarification natin, na ang nakabangga, no, dito po dun sa ating mangingisda, yung bangka nila, ay isang Chinese commercial vessel?
Yes, that was what was stated in the report.
Yes, because I was gonna ask you po, sana po, no, regarding this, kung are we suggesting or are we asking the Chinese commercial vessel na makapag-compensate nga po dito sa family nitong nabangga nila?
At sa mga ganito naman, no, there are certain protocols that are going to be followed. So foremost, syempre, yung value of life po ang inuuna natin dyan. So that's search and rescue operations. And the administrative side of it will follow, ma'am, as the reports are being, pagkakumpleto na po itong mga detalye.
Right. Okay, taking this opportunity na rin po, Colonel, para itanong na rin po sa inyong itong regarding China's recent statement tungkol nga po dito sa BRP Sierra Madre as part of their propaganda at saying na mismo ang BRP Sierra Madre daw ang nagko-contribute ng environmental damage sa ating dyan po sa may West Philippine Sea.
At this point, ma'am, no, we do not want to dignify those statements anymore. As we know, pagka naman po nagsalita sila ng ganyan, these are all their ICAD activities, no, yung illegal, coercive, aggressive, and deceptive operations nila. So hindi na po dapat natin palakihin itong mga ganitong usapin because in the first place, as our NSC spokesperson has already stated, ma'am, no, and he gave all of the details na rin ito, even the historical accounts, na makikita naman po in plain view that kung sino po talaga ang merong destruction na ginagawa dyan sa ating katubigan.
Yes, Colonel, would also like to seek clarification or confirmation about the Chinese Coast Guard supposedly blocking our medical evacuation of a sick soldier from BRP Sierra Madre. I think this was on July 7.
Yes, no. There was also a statement from the spokesperson of the Coast Guard regarding this, as they were the ones assisting us in the humanitarian mission that was conducted. On the part of the AFP, the evacuation was successfully conducted, and the details of the operations will be better discussed po by the Philippine Coast Guard.
Pwede rin po ba namin kumustahin yung na-evacuate na soldier?
Ma'am, at this time po, he is already safely in the medical facilities po, no? And recuperating na po.
Opo. I understand, kasi meron po kaming nakitang report din po dito na sinabi po ng PCG spokesperson na si Commodore J. Tariela na nagkaroon daw po ng mga obstruction, ng delays, although naging successful nga daw po yung evacuation. Do you have details on that po?
As to yung specifics, ma'am, no, on what really transpired, it could be better answered po by the Philippine Coast Guard. But as we've seen the report that they gave, no, ang sabi nga merong slight altercation to begin with, but at the end of the day, ma'am, successfully conducted the said humanitarian mission.
Alright, on that note, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. That was AFP spokesperson Colonel Francel Padilla.
Maraming salamat po, ma'am, at magandang umaga po.
So meron sa report ng AFP slight altercation na nangyari sa evacuation efforts ng AFP
I
and
really wanted
Chinese Coast
to know
Guard.
kasi what really happened dun sa sinasabi nilang obstruction and delay
What?
during the medical evacuation. Because, yun nga, dapat ang makausap din talaga natin dyan
Coast Guard.
ang PCG, ang Coast Guard. Kasi sila yung nakakaalam. Which is sinabi naman ni Colonel Padilla no, na yung detalye, sila ang mas nakakaalam.
Yeah, they were being assisted by the Philippine Coast Guard kasi what she's seen lang is the report about the altercation, pero as to what kind of altercation, hindi pa alam. But this is, what, 2 altercations already? In a span of 1 month, a month and a half, parang dumadami ang altercation na.
Ang daming mga nangyayari dyan. And then also yung sa fisherman na nawawala. Apparently, dalawa sila, mag-brother sila.
Yeah.
Yung isa, nakaligtas siya. Parang it took him 3 days na kumapit lang siya dun sa kanya makakapitan bago siya na-rescue nung mga nakakita sa kanya. And yung isa, yung ngayong nawawala, which is ongoing daw yung search.
Kasi
Search and rescue operation.
Sabi ng mga ibang expert kasi if ganito na ginagawa ng China, they are blocking evacuation or medical efforts na rin. It could prove the difference between life and death. Because as you know naman, pag may...
Pero iba tong sinasabi ko kanina.
Yes,
sa
no,
nawawalang fisherman.
I'm saying in general, nag-increase na ang paghaharang nila ng efforts natin to do all of these things like yung medical evacuation, yung may yung nasunog ba the other time, di ba? So, parang why are they doing this na someday bound to happen na yung hours or days na sinasabi mong na stuck ka at sea na may nangyari sa'yo that could spell recovery or death.
Okay. So, but going back to sinasabi ko about the fisherman na nawawala, yun yung inaantay natin na ano pa kasi sabi nga nila, I think sa isang interview sinabi ni Senator Francis Tolentino, this is he can call this a hit and run.
Yes.
'Di ba? Doon sa itong ang gumawa naman nito, ang sinasabi nila, confirm naman yung Chinese commercial vessel. 'Di ba? Which is also it happened na rin a few months ago,
pero
last year.
hindi Chinese the other time ata
Pero kasi 'di ba, yung ganung insidente, that's why I'm pointing this out. Dapat siguro mas mabigyan pa ng suporta yung mga mangingisda natin pag sila'y nangingisda doon kasi normally talaga, 'di ba sabi nila allision nito, hindi naman to collision. Baka ang sasabihin na naman nung kabilang parte ay hindi sila nakita dahil maliit. Although sabi nga nung iba, meron naman daw mga ilaw tong mga maliliit na bangka na ito.
Tsaka may tracking system. Pero I think the one that happened a few months ago, yung sinasabi mong nauna, naka-off ata yung system ng big boat. So hindi nakita ng smaller boat na may parating na malaki. And it happened at dead of the night daw, very dark. So hindi nakita yung bangka, kaya natamaan daw siguro.
Tapos, ang daming issue ngayon dyan sa West Philippine Sea, diba? Tapos, of course, yung sinasabi ng China, yung tinanong din natin kanina kay Colonel Padilla, na sabi niya, she doesn't want to glorify it. Yung sinasabi ng China, allegation nila na ang yung BRP Sierra Madre nakaka-contribute ng environmental damage doon dahil nakita natin dilapidated, kalawangin, di ba yung ating BRP Sierra Madre doon. Pero yan ang inaantay na lang, I think, ng China. Yung hindi na natin magamit yung BRP Sierra Madre. Pero sabi nga ng Navy, BRP Sierra Madre is there to stay.
Okay, bakit din nalang tanongin sino nag-lay ng mga pipes na madami?
Yung water system daw sa ilalim. Kasi laki ng Quezon City. Oo nga, yun ang kasi nasabi nila.
Okay, maraming salamat pala sa lahat ng viewers natin. Second Mile Coffee for sending this cream puff and coffee for today. And Ralph Domingo, Jaime Barcellano, Jerome, maraming salamat sa mga comments nyo and for joining us.
Sana magawa na yung BRP Sierra Madre.
Oo. I-repaint. Oo. Anyway, before we go, I'd like to leave everyone with a quote. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. A quote from Abraham Lincoln. And that wraps up today's episode of Brunch.
Join us again tomorrow. I'm Angela Lagunzad-Castro. And he is Angelo Castro III. We are One News,
all sides, all the time.